Chapter 1, Part 2, Measuring Economic Performance. Let's look at measuring economic performance along with some different forms of competition and, of course, the business cycle. So among the more common ways of measuring an economy, of course, one of the most common is by GDP, or gross domestic product, which is the output of that country during a given year. Inflation is another economic factor worth considering, which is a general rise in the level of prices, and deflation, of course, is the opposite. So here we can see a graphic of GDP over time for the United States. A couple of other indicators are the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, that measures the price over time of a basket of commonly purchased goods. So not surprisingly, a major factor to gross domestic product, to the health of an economy, is trade. And the balance of trade is the amount of goods that are imported versus the amount of goods that are exported. And here's some other measures of economic health. So let's take a look at the business cycle, which, if we can look at it over time, it shows alternating periods of expansion and contraction. And I'm including a really interesting link on the business cycle that I think explains that a bit. I think you'll find really interesting. So finishing up, I want to look at a couple different types of competition and define those. Perfect competition is in which there's a single kind of homogeneous product. Most products, especially consumer products that we are used to, have monopolistic competition in that the goods are differentiated. Oligopoly, as you can see, is with few competitors, and then a monopoly, of course, is with one competitor. So monopoly may be a natural monopoly when there are kind of barriers to entry, or it may be something else. So leading into kind of the discussion for Chapter 2, I'd like you to think about whether Uber's grayballing was some form of attempting to establish a monopoly or not. So with that, we're wrapping up Chapter 1 and moving into Chapter 2.